SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports talk show, is on deck from the Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Lake Charles. The three wise guys are mic'd up and ready. SoundOff begins now.
Gather up. Herd the kiddos, the aunts and uncles, the cats and dogs, everybody. Herd them to the TV. You want to straighten that LSU helmet out, show them some respect? Thank you. I got to do my cleanup here.
It's a big week.
All right, we got a lot on our sports agenda tonight.
Got faked out. Must have been a running quarterback.
Must have been. SoundOff coming to you from Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles. All right. What do we got? Dennis Allen out as the Saints head football coach.
Seems like you feel kind of sad about that, Rick.
I'm really sad. Darren Rizzi, my man, my paisan from North Jersey, is now the interim head coach. We got that coming up. Final thoughts, deep thoughts on LSU, Alabama. What do they call this? Bama week?
Do or die, baby. It's
do or die. That would be Saturday night at Tiger Stadium. We're gonna talk about the SEC race because boy, after the Aggies lost at Columbia, South Carolina, it's tightening up, guys. It's an interesting SEC race. McNeese now 5-5 will debate whether the Cowboys are overachieving, you like that? Or are they underachieving with the talent that they had on this roster? Mid-season ranking of NFL coaches and who's on the hottest seat now that Dennis Allen is gone. And remember, the Jets fired Robert Saleh, which was a stupid move. But anyway, 2 coaches in the NFL already fired. We'll get into that. Yeah. And a new segment, get ready. Know Your Wise Guys. So we're going to throw out some likes and dislikes among us so you can kind of get to know us. We're going to share secrets periodically on this show.
I already know more about Kevin than I
Oh, you got secrets, all right.
I'm not sure.
All right,
I'm okay with that.
We got a lot to go. Let's get on. All righty. The biggest matchup, really, of the LSU, seems to be every year, is LSU Alabama. All right, game day's there. College game day. Nick Saban.
All of them. Yeah.
Short and quick. I think the fans in the quad. There should be more than booze for Nick Saban. What kind of reaction?
For some reason, I think there will be.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I think there will be.
Remember, he won him a title.
I think it will be. Yeah.
Enough time has passed.
Yeah,
well, you can make the argument he did more than win him a title.
He established.
He established.
I'm
not giving him credit for Les's title or Orgeron's title.
Nope.
But he certainly set the stage for him.
No. All right. We talked earlier in the week, this is an elimination game.
Yes, it is.
Any possible way, let me throw this quick scenario. Any possible way the losing team, either LSU or Alabama, get to the SEC championship game and lose. Let me rephrase that. Let's say a 2-loss team. Let's say LSU wins and they only have 2 losses. They get all the way to the title, and they get to the SEC championship game and lose. The runner-up in the SEC, can the committee put them in with 3 losses? Is that the only way a 3-loss team gets in? To get to the SEC championship game?
All right, LSU with 3 losses would only have 2 conference losses.
Yes.
But Bama would have 3 conference losses.
Yes.
And that's not getting you in the SEC championship.
No.
Okay, I'm just searching.
Right.
I'm just searching.
USC was not a conference.
And Kevin will tell you can't lose to Bama. To Vanderbilt.
Watch it.
That game's coming. That game's coming.
Never.
LSU's loss, and look, we went in a lot of X's and O's on Tuesday's show. But LSU's loss to Southern Cal is not looking real good because they're tanking.
No, it's not because
they're tanking.
Yeah, they turned out to be.
Man.
But to a degree, that is almost not fair. Yeah, we do now. But mentally, when you play a team, you're playing to a degree the impression of that team. And everybody thought that was a pretty good team.
Yeah.
And mentally, you have to beat that. Yeah, it turns out, maybe they attack them different if they know what they know now.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to make excuses for LSU.
No, that's a good point.
You still got to own that loss.
Got to own it.
You do.
You got to own it.
You know what, Rick? What I go back and look at, man, is that when you look at the A&M and the South Carolina game, South Carolina don't have better players on defense than we do.
But South Carolina ripped Aggies. They won by 20.
Serious, man.
They won by 20.
They don't have better players than what we do.
LSU beat South Carolina.
What surprised me? Yeah, South Carolina will tell you LSU stole that game, or the ref stole that game.
But
But the more amazing thing to me was how South Carolina's offense just ran all over.
They did.
Yeah.
Scooter, they did. That was a
That
surprise.
quarterback.
Crazy.
That was a hell of a surprise to me
what
looking
is
at
it,
that, the way
Lenore?
they ran over.
Yeah, now he's
I
one
mean,
got
Jesus.
hurt in the third quarter against LSU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say he's the fastest dude.
We argued about that. We're going back in time, but we did argue if the South Carolina quarterback didn't get hurt and stayed in the game, would LSU won that game?
We said that, Rick.
And I kind of thought,
did.
I don't know about that.
said
Look,
that, Rick.
LSU, Alabama, Tiger Stadium, 6:30 kickoff, prime time. Is it as simple as stopping Jalen Milroe?
No, it's
not.
On the run?
It's not that simple.
He
It's not
says
that
it
simple.
is.
It's
I
not
mean,
that simple. No.
I mean, Kelly was talking Monday. You know, it's a very balanced team with talent at every position. I get that. It's Alabama.
The freshman receiver.
But if you want to have
dude,
any
Rick.
chance, you better stop.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
want
I
a
agree,
chance.
Scooter. But they got other weapons beside him now.
That
Oh,
was
sure.
Don't be
Ryan
fooled.
Williams.
Don't be
is it?
fooled at that, guys. Come
Ryan,
on now.
the freshman.
Tyler
I thought it was Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams.
Yeah, the freshman
Don't-
receiver for Alabama.
that-
17.
He's
that
as good a
dude,
freshman.
He's,
Oh,
he's
my
electrifying,
gosh.
man.
Oh, my- all right.
Seriously.
Could Garrett Nussmeier be a deciding factor in this game
He's
if
gotta
he
be,
just
Rick.
has the game
Rick,
of
he
it?
has to be. I'm serious. Look,
What, are you already making excuses for the defense?
with the 3 interceptions, I hope that's not. I
Yeah.
hope he's that kind of guy that forgets it, lets it go, and starts brand new because that can
Well, that's
that
the
can
book
timid
on
your
him.
performance going against a team such as Alabama.
Yeah.
You got to let it go. You
Oh, I'm
can't
sure
think
he's a
such-
smart
you,
guy.
You got to
Yeah.
let it go, man, and
Yeah.
just play ball, man. So I'm hoping that's forgotten, that's gone, that's out that way. Come and play your best game, Garrett.
All right.
Come and play your best game,
All
man.
right. Brian Kelly, you're on him constantly about his record against top 10 teams.
This,
All right.
Rick,
Kelly is 4-13 against top 10 teams since 2010, by the way. Not sparkling by any means.
Okay.
Let me throw two names out. They played over the weekend. Ohio State's Ryan Day.
Yeah.
And Penn State's James Franklin.
Yeah.
Ryan Day, 2-7 versus top 10 teams. 10-8 versus top 10 ranked teams. James Franklin, 1-14 against top 5
1-14,
teams.
wow.
And he's lost to Ohio State
Look.
like every year since he's been at Penn State. My
Rick.
point is, there are good coaches out there.
Yeah.
Nobody's screaming about firing them,
Rick,
but
Rick.
you want Brian Kelly
Rick,
out because
Rick.
he can't beat a top 5 team.
Rick.
There you go.
Rick, let me give it to you straight.
What?
Better be quick.
Those teams you talked about,
Yeah, Ohio State, Penn State.
we're Louisiana State University. The hell with
Oh, that's a cop
them.
out.
The hell with them.
That's a cop out.
The
They're
hell
Big
with
Ten.
them, Rick.
What
Okay,
happened?
we have different expectations, Rick, here in Louisiana.
Then Ohio
I'm
State
sorry.
and Penn State? Okay, all right.
Please, man.
I give up.
Please,
I
What
give up.
happened 2 years ago?
help me out.
LSU beat
Beat
Alabama
Alabama?
in
Overtime.
Whatever.
All right, you know
we're
when
not arguing, we're not arguing about Kelly winning big games. That's not the argument.
You always argue
We
that.
want a national championship.
Here's the clock.
For $10
Make
million.
your point.
No,
we want a
I
national
got my
championship
point.
for $10.
Next segment.
For $10 million,
No,
okay?
no.
That's what we want.
Make it quick.
The last time LSU beat Bama back-to-back in Tiger Stadium, they've done it in Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, 1946 and 1948.
What you mean back to back?
Bam, there's the mic. We
We
got to
back-
go. We got to go.
We beat Bama in Bama.
Round 2 of
Shit,
the
we
show
beat 'em there.
coming
I
back.
said in Tiger Stadium.
It's good. The Miller Lights win the big game.
You're right, Luke. Miller Lite is less filling and tastes great.
Wait, is this a dream?
No, Luke. This is Miller Lite commercial.
Hello, portable AC. Hello, Topo Chico. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer with added minerals for a crisp taste.
Now's the perfect time to enjoy your amazing backyard. Unless you have a mosquito problem, contact the experts at J&J Exterminating and take advantage of $50 off initial service. Make this summer the best ever with J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
We're back at Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles.
Yes.
Horseshoe Lake Charles, synonymous with 100 times odds on craps. Only casino in Southwest Louisiana that you can get 100 times craps, odds on craps. You got to remember that. Gaming experience galore, a massive, spacious gaming floor here. All the slots you want, all the table games you want. Super
Yes.
elite service, of course. and poker rooms, private bars for great food and beverages.
They have it all.
Of course, you know about Brews Brothers right next door to the Caesars Sportsbook for great food, a diverse menu, and of course for elite dining. The dining that Mr. Hobbs and Mr. Guidry do pretty much every other week. That would be Gordon Ramsay Steakhouse. I'm never invited to those dinners, by the way.
Well, if
Gordon
you,
Ramsay.
if you
We're gonna
bring
make
your
it a
credit
party.
card,
There
we'll
we go.
invite
I
you.
can get invited if I pay for it.
We're
There
gonna
we
make it
go.
a party.
Gordon
Promise.
Ramsay Steakhouse. It's all right here
got the best
at
in town.
Caesars Sportsbook and Horseshoe
Yes.
Lake Charles, of course. All right. Dennis Allen gone as the Saints head football
Wow.
coach. We got that coming up in our next segment. We'll talk about coaches on the hot seat.
Yeah.
We'll go from DEFCON 1 down to DEFCON 5. Who's on the hottest seat among NFL coaches in the NFL for getting fired?
Wow.
I don't want guys to lose their job.
No, Rick, not at all, man. These guys are all good people. But the profession that you chose put
That's
you
right.
in that spotlight.
It comes with that. And I was going
Sorry.
back. You know how many NFL coaches were fired at just the end of last season? 8. At
Wow.
the end of 8.
Rick, you know what the deal
They
Think
is?
get
about
8
that.
before the end this year.
I know. We
You've
got 2
people,
gone
Rick,
already.
wanting instant success. And if you don't
Get
have
ready,
the right
Dallas
guys
Cowboy
in place,
fans.
Oh, that's a whole nother story there.
That is.
If you don't have the right people in place, Rick, man, to get that instant success, man, people got to go.
We're going to
go.
talk about the
Sorry.
Saints situation after Dennis Allen with Darren Rizzi taking over. That's coming up in the next segment. We'll have a little fun with that. All right, Tigers and Tide, again, mixing it up, playoff elimination game Saturday night in Baton Rouge. Look, the SEC race, I mean, look, Georgia and A&M now tied at 5-1. No more unbeatens in the league, right?
Yeah.
None.
Tied in 5-1. Tennessee,
None.
don't forget about Big Orange, 4-1. LSU and Texas tied in 4th place at 3-1. And then it's Alabama, Ole Miss, and who, Kevin? The Doors from Nashville, all at 3-2.
Tell you what,
This
they
is
are
Can you
not
believe
a
we-
this is a
bad
fun
team.
team to watch. We'll
They
get into
are.
that
Can
in
you
a
believe
couple.
we're even talking about Vanderbilt at this
Vanderbilt
point in time
football.
in the season, Scooter? Can you honestly believe we've been
Isn't
talking
it
about
great, though?
I'm just saying.
They went into Auburn and won
I'm
last.
not mad at
Yeah.
him. I'm
And
not mad at
Auburn's
him,
not
Scooter.
very good.
I'm
this
not
year.
mad
I
at him.
No, it's
understand.
not. But what was
But I saw that and I was surprised Auburn's really struggling.
They
And
are.
they had a packed house at Auburn, making it a tough place to
Vanderbilt.
play.
I know.
Wow.
Mega matchups in the SEC
Wow.
still to come. You got Georgia at Ole Miss. That's coming up
Yeah.
Saturday. Ole Miss,
Yeah.
don't forget
Kiffin.
about the Rebels.
Don't you
Tennessee
sleep
at
on Kiffin,
Georgia
man.
in, what is it, another week or so, another 2? And
Yeah.
Texas and A&M
Yeah.
at the end of the year.
Yeah.
That one's going to be interesting.
You know, that could very well.
Horns and Aggies
They
finally
could play
again.
if they could play 2 straight weeks.
Yeah.
They
the
could.
SEC
I never
championship?
thought about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, interesting. All right.
A&M
All right.
was leading the conference.
Onward to the McNeese Cowboys. They even out the schedule now at 5-5 this season. Open week this week, not playing. Got to get healthy again. And then they have Northwestern. Everybody's shading Northwestern. It's up in Natchitoches. You never know. And then they close with Lamar. Yes,
With
the
Lamar.
Lamar game is going
Lamar's
to
a
be
game
good.
that'll tell it for me.
A couple
Yeah.
of quick post-game thoughts by Gary Goff. I want to relate that to you. Six Killer, the quarterback, continue to improve. Very proud of the team's character. The Houston Christian game, Goff labeled it as their worst game, but they were a very beat-up team and emotionally tough coming off that emotional win against Weaver. And this
Well,
this
how
team,
were they emotionally
I'm
tough?
confused
well,
at what
I
you
watched
it
just
was
said,
tough
Rick.
emotion. I'm saying it's coming off
Maybe
a high
it was,
emotion.
but that looked like a mailed-in game.
Mailed
to
in.
me.
And then, and I agree. I agree with Gary when he was saying high expectations for the team, but still rebuilding. Now, I question him. I thought it was kind of a juxtaposition. Where do you guys stand on rebuilding, but you have high expectations?
Rick,
Can that be possible at the same time?
what are you rebuilding? Help me. What are you
A complete
rebuilding?
roster again. That's what you're rebuilding.
But didn't we do that a year ago?
Yes. Yeah. It's constant rebuilding. But here's my caveat to that. A lot of teams in college football at the highest level are constantly kind of rebuilding a roster to a certain degree.
Rick,
Not to
first
this
of all-
level.
First
They're,
of all,
they're,
not to this
they're
level.
rebuilding apples. You're talking about rebuilding oranges.
Yes,
look,
you're right.
Rick, this
You're
is
right.
all I'm asking. And man,
You're
you know,
right.
we've had Gary Goff on a number of times. We love him. Great guy. It's the situation he's in. Rick, my thing is this. What's your identity? What is it?
They
Who
lost
do you
their
want
identity.
to be? Who do you want to be? What you trying to be?
You segued into my next point. My question started off earlier in the week. Has this team now sitting at 5-5? Up to this point, has it underachieved or overachieved back to high expectations, juxtaposition with rebuilding? And you ask, what's their style or reputation?
I'm sticking with underachieving just because they have lost too many games that they had every chance to win.
I agree.
A lot of it was undisciplined
Could have
stuff.
won.
Yes.
Could have won.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I'm with Scooter.
I lean toward underachieving because it all goes
the
back
fact-
to Houston Christian.
Because the fact of what happened when you should
But
have
there
been
were
in a
other
lot more
games.
games.
No. But look,
But I'm with you.
I predicted this team to be 8-4.
You
I
did.
got stepping out on the limb.
You did.
You beat Houston Christian. And I had them down losing to Incarnate Word and Nichols.
Yeah.
And you're right.
Yeah.
The Nichols game was within their reach. Incarnate
It
Word,
was. It
Maybe
was.
not.
maybe not. Think about where this team could be with just the Houston Christian game off that loss column. And maybe if you steal one at Nichols. They're in the hunt.
Rick,
They're in the hunt.
the thing that
Big ifs.
I know it's big ifs.
The thing that I've been
We
watching
don't
this
play
team,
ifs
I
and
know.
buts.
I know.
the thing I've been watching with this team, Rick, for a while. since
You
the beginning
are
of the
what
year,
your record is.
Bill
is that
Parcells.
you look at the closeness that you have with this team and see really what it is that they're playing for and what it is that they're trying to achieve. I didn't see that with McNeese.
You asked
I
a
did
good
not.
question earlier.
I did not see that.
What was it? What did they do well? What was their
What's your identity?
mojo? What's their identity? They lost their identity when
They did.
Clifton
They did.
McDowell went
They
down
did,
and they
Rick.
couldn't get
They
him
did.
back at starting
They did.
quarterback. That's where it was going to start. A dual threat running quarterback, senior leadership was going to lead this team. When they lost him, Cam Six Killer is young. He's not going to lead this team to the promised land this season. And I think they lost defensive identity when you lose Micah Davies. For
Well, at
3
least
to
he's
4
back.
games. He's back.
Yeah.
And they lost Sevilla. They lost Driggers for 1 or 2 games. But again, I give them
just-
credit for fighting through
Yeah,
all that and
I
getting to
do.
5-5. But
I do.
are we in the same camp?
Yes.
Underachievers.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
am.
so.
I am because of
I do,
what's happened.
because this
Yeah.
team should have.
Now,
You
if they
could've pulled some
finish
wins out on a
strong,
couple teams that you
I
played
might
that you lost.
mellow a little bit on that.
They could be 7-5. Think about that. 0-10, 7-5. That's a hell of a turnaround, gentlemen. Come on now, give them that due.
I'm feeling it a little bit, Rick.
It all goes back
I'm not
to
on the limb
Clifton
just yet.
McDowell not at quarterback.
is.
We're up against
It
the
is.
clock, round
That's
3.
still a
Dennis Allen, the
mystery.
Saints, Rizzy, and all that stuff,
Yes.
and Who Dat Nation coming up. Stay there.
What's bugging you?
Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
And it's good. The Miller Lights win the big game.
You're right, Luke. Miller Lite is less filling and tastes great.
Wait, is this a dream?
No, Luke. This is a Miller Lite commercial.
All right, if you happen to be bouncing around your remote, you've landed on SoundOff on CBS Lake
Yes,
Charles,
you have.
Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Casino in Lake Charles, of course. Glad you're aboard with us here. Luxury hotel with all the amenities right here at Horseshoe Lake Charles, right? Spacious, action-filled casino floor. Kevin's on the floor all the time. Great. I'm just great.
Man.
I need.
Hey,
I won't tell Michelle about that.
oh
All right.
my God.
Just threw that out.
Man.
I had to wake you up. Great food
been
and
here
drinks
all day.
all over Horseshoe
day.
Lake
Yeah.
Charles, of course. And
really
how
nice
about
here, though.
fun
It is. We
entertainment
love
on
it
the
here.
weekends? Brood Brothers, great
love it.
food. We keep telling you about that. And then Friday night is karaoke night. Saturday night, live bands on stage. So you can get it all here. Luxury hotel, great amenities, and all the kind of entertainment. Of course, it all circles around Caesar Sportsbook here
Yes.
at Horseshoe. All right. Wow, if you thought the Saints could get any deeper into awfulness,
Rick.
you didn't see the Carolina game.
It was bad.
I won't even review.
It was
It
bad.
was-
They lost by 1.
I mean, I guess I'm exaggerating. That is the worst coached NFL game I can imagine.
Yeah.
I think he wanted
From the
to
Saints'
get
perspective,
fired.
and maybe even
They
Carolina.
had to fire him after that game.
And
what
they
were
did.
From
And
the
they
opening
did.
drive, one of the most impressive drives
Yeah.
of the season. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom,
Can't
boom.
get it done.
You get his
Yeah.
7-yard line and you run straight up the middle 3 times.
Stupid.
And
It's
then
stupid.
the last play where you
No,
got
what
4th
were you
and
doing?
4. Well, now that you think about it, when you trying to need something like that, In the NFL, what do? You throw it
Throw it up.
Throw it up.
You get the flag.
How many
but
times
the
did I
Saints
see
aren't
that
gonna,
over the weekend?
Oh, yeah, the
Just
Saints
throw it
aren't
up.
going to get that
But the
flag.
Saints don't
They
get the
should-
call.
Yeah.
But the first option was Juwan Johnson across, but he was covered.
Yeah.
All right, I get it. Clint Kubiak, he's got to answer to some of those bad play decisions. He's the OC.
but
he's making the call.
When they were healthy, he looked like a pretty good play caller.
Interesting. Kevin.
You let Bryce Young beat you. That's all I'm saying. I'm
That's-
done.
I think
done.
that's
You're
more
done.
of
You
the
want my
Panthers.
microphone to
Bryce
drop?
Young, Bryce
done.
Young has some talent. He has been totally
Okay.
mismanaged.
No, he's been mismanaged, but
Okay, Scoot.
he's not a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Nope.
For time for
I
another
said
show.
that before he left.
Time
Bama.
for another show. All right, so Dennis Allen is gone. This was a culmination of really 2.5 years, really, of frustration. No playoffs,
Man,
7-game losing streak, longest since, I don't know, Ditka, whoever, 20-something 5 years ago.
You know how bad that game, one more time? I texted my daughter right after the game
Jennifer.
was over. Yeah. And because she loves them.
Yeah.
She watches, we text back and forth every game. I said, they need to fire him on the way to the Charlotte airport and make him pay for his ticket home.
They may have fired him.
Scoot,
I don't know.
I mean, who knows?
Look,
I got the word. It was what, 9:15 this morning when I saw it come up
Yeah.
that he was fired.
This has been talked about probably for a couple of weeks. No doubt
Rick,
about it.
no doubt it was.
All right,
Rick, come on now.
so Darren Rizzi, well-respected special teams coach.
I don't know
I
this guy.
admit,
I have no
I-
idea
Where
who
are
this
you
guy
guys
is.
at?
I have no idea
I
who this
do
guy
not
You
is.
need to
follow-
dig deep in the NFL, man.
Why would you make
He's
a
well-respected.
special
The
teams coach
NFL.
and interim coach? Why? Help me, please.
Segue. You continually segue into my
Help
next
me.
point.
Help
It's
me,
not
please.
unprecedented.
it's
Buscemi,
not.
Buscemi.
But you would think
the
a
Raiders.
defensive or an offensive
The
coordinator-
Raiders put a special teams guy as an interim. Okay, a couple of years back. You know who
Okay.
has a deep track record in special teams? John Harbaugh, head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. He has a strong
Belichick.
Okay.
Belichick. I'm just saying, it's not unprecedented.
I get what you're saying. They're actually a coach.
Rizzi was hired by Bill Parcells. He's from the Parcells coaching tree
got you.
along with Sean Payton.
Okay.
He's a North Jersey guy. It's fire and brimstone. I'm a
Yeah.
passionate. You're going to get passionate. You're going to get a team with full fight. This is a quote from his press conference. And you're going to get accountability.
Was
He's
that
going to
the-
get in guys' faces and he says, "What the hell are you doing? Do your job." That's what I think we're going to
that
get.
sounds good in your introductory press
Yeah.
conference. How do you know he's going to do that?
I think he's going to do it.
Well,
but
remember,
but
we're
Rick-
in the campaign
but Rick-
season right
Oh,
now.
you're right.
We're not worn
Yeah.
out of campaign
Exactly.
I'm just-
promises.
Rick, my
He
thing is
probably
this.
doesn't have the roster to make it happen. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Come on. They're still very injured. Now it's starting to stack up in the defense.
yeah.
So, but I think he's gonna give it the college try.
Yeah, I guess he
I
will
mean,
give it the
you
old
know,
college try, Rick.
you got
But-
Joe Woods now going to be calling defense. Who else on the staff you're going to give that? You got to give it to Kubiak, are you? No. Darren Rizzi is the guy you give the interim tag
Okay.
to. There's no doubt
Okay.
about that.
And if it was Kubiak, I would say, almost you can imagine him at least interviewing for the.
So my thing is this, Rick.
No.
So,
no.
So my
I'll
thing
throw a
is,
name
Rick,
out at you.
The Saints right now, Rick, we're just playing to try to get ourselves together for next year. Is that what you're telling me?
They want to win games.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see if he's not going to throw Spencer Rattler out there to see what he can do, and they're not going to give away games. No, they're going to win. They're going to try to win football games. And I said it earlier in the week. Mickey Loomis has got to get his head out of his rear, and you got to start getting this roster in shape. You got to decide what you're going to do. You're going to rebuild, or you're going to spot build. I don't know. But-
that's wow.
All right, Joe Brady. Remember Joe Brady?
Thought about that, yeah.
Offensive coordinator
That's where it
now
came
for the
from.
Buffalo Bills.
You got- you
35 years old.
Yeah, is he
Not
that old now?
35,
Yeah.
not unprecedented. Sean McVay got the job with the
Okay,
Rams
just
very
tell
young.
him bring Steve Insminger along
He was
with
at,
him.
he was
Why
at
not?
LSU for what, 2 years?
Just the 1 year.
1 year?
Was it 1 year?
I thought it was
And
two.
then he jumped
He
to
came
Oh,
in
wow.
at
Lord
19.
Orgeron in the Saints? Wow,
No,
1 year.
he jumped to Carolina.
Carolina,
first.
yeah. Yeah.
Carolina.
Yeah, I remember that.
No,
I remember that.
no.
Yeah.
LSU to the Saints, wasn't it? Oh, Ed Orgeron went down and talked to Sean Payton. He went from
yeah,
Saints to LSU.
Yeah, and then he went to
LSU
Carolina.
hired him
Okay.
from the Saints.
Gotcha.
But he
LSU
wasn't
hired
even
him
a
from the
full-time
Saints.
That's right.
assistant.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
LSU
All right,
hired him from the
Carolina
Saints.
came afterwards.
Yeah.
He failed in Carolina. and now he's
I
at
don't
Buffalo.
know. I think he left Carolina on his own.
He didn't do really well in Carolina, but he didn't have anything to work. All right, Joe Brady's out there. Ben Johnson, of course, a Lions OC. I like Brian Flores, and I know it's another defensive guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Brian Flores. You talk about tough accountability. You can sell this guy, Brian Flores, for the Minnesota Vikings. Woo! I'm out of breath. Final round of the show coming up next. Stay right there.
He takes the handoff. It's a refurb.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
What's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
Now's the perfect time to enjoy your amazing backyard. Unless you have a mosquito problem, contact the experts at J&J Exterminating and take advantage of $50 off initial service. Make this summer the best ever with J&J Exterminating.
J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
All right, thanks for hanging with us. Sound Off coming to you from Caesars Sportsbook
Yes.
at Horseshoe Lake Charles. All right, again, our show production, the first CFP college ranking was out. Here's my guess. Quickly. See if y'all, just nod if you agree. Oregon, Georgia. This is the first CFP college football playoff poll, right? Ohio State, Miami number 4, and Texas. You like it? I'm just guessing. That's what I think the CFP committee went on.
I like it.
Oregon's going to stay number 1. Watch out for Miami, though.
I like it.
Miami
Miami might have the Heisman winner coming up. The Heisman Trophy winner.
Cam Ward. All right.
Okay.
We
Get
talked
you in the
about
playoff.
NFL coaches on the hot seat. I'm going to throw my DEFCON 5 down to DEFCON 1 of who's got the hottest seat. That I'm not saying mid-season firings now that Salah's gone and Dennis Allen. Number 5, Mike McCarthy, Dallas Cowboys. Antonio Pierce.
Wait.
Antonio Pierce, the Raiders. He's number 4. Brian Daboll, good coach, saddled with Daniel Jones, terrible quarterback. Number 3, Matt Eberflus, the Bears. You know they had some people out there picking the Bears for the Super Bowl?
They did.
They're crazy. Number 1, on the hottest seat ever in the NFL, Jacksonville, Doug Peterson. There's my list.
You know,
Right
You're
when
talking
Doug
about
Peterson
hottest.
got
The
a Super Bowl.
hottest.
dude.
All right, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna go Pierce.
This is least hot.
Yeah. Daboll, Giants.
Nah,
I'll go Peterson just because. I mean,
kind of Louisiana guy.
well, I think he's a good coach.
He's a good coach. Bad team.
I'll go with McCarthy.
Woo!
Even though
What?
Jerry gave him that
Vote
that
of confidence?
he's dead man walking.
Dead man.
And the Bears. What's the guy's name? Seaberfus?
Matt Eberflus.
That's
That's a boy. That Hail
that's a
Mary.
team
That Hail
with some
Mary.
So what you're saying, Rick? You say go from least to
Least hot. Who's got the least hottest among that group, in your opinion? All right.
I'm gonna go.
Who's the
I'm gonna
hottest?
Go, the hottest? Me? Right now? You fire him right now?
What?
It's Matt.
Eberflus?
Dude, you got the Heisman Trophy winner. You got a guy. This dude's a hell of a quarterback.
Kevin.
You.
Hurry.
Okay.
Hurry.
I'm gonna go down and just McCarthy's out of there.
We don't want anybody fired. We're just
I could have went. Oh
having
my
a little
God,
fun.
Rick.
Hurry.
Yeah.
Guidry, Hobbs,
Always,
and
man.
Sarah. We'll see you next time right here at SoundOff.